Yeah.
Welcome back to Tied Up with the Morgans. Right off the bat, I wanted to thank everyone who watched our last video for all of the kind comments, for the feedback. It was awesome. I couldn't believe all the support, so thank you so much. We were really excited, and I'm so excited because all I did was just go out and make a video of, things in my head, things that I'm thinking of, pretty much what I do when I go outside. I immediately start looking at the trees, and just like, this is prickly. Well, it's prickly, so it's probably not a pine. Spruces are more prickly than pines, and it's just a whole mess up here. But I'm happy that you guys liked it. So there were a lot of people that would like more tips on identification, and I will definitely do that because that's really important. I want to first off say I'm not an expert, so throw that out there. I didn't go to school for this. I should have. I love this stuff, but I just done a lot of reading, and I spend a lot of time outside, and I've really focused on these things for like 4 years or so right now, pretty consistently. But so thank you all. The identification will come, but I think what I'll do is do that more in a deep dive, like on each species, right? So if I'm talking about white oaks, I'll show you how to identify a white oak, just because in the last video we covered 22 different species. To do that, to talk about them, and to cover how to identify them, that 26-minute video would have been 50 minutes. So we'll do more individual species, and that's how we will cover the identification. The first species is, first you have to walk through what's normally a swamp. This whole area is a swamp, usually standing water always, but we're going to do another video just on this because I want to tell you all about these very cool sedges and all of the native species in here, but that will be in another video. If you're wondering, this is Carex conida. It's fringed sedge, one of my favorite sedges. This area is full of them. But anyways, today's about trees. The first tree we're covering today is the scarlet oak tree, which is right here. As far as I know, this is the only scarlet oak on the property. Why do I like the scarlet oak? Well, its name is exactly the color it gets in the fall. It gets a nice scarlet color, and it is, to me, the most vibrant, beautiful fall color of the oaks by far, more than any of the others that we have, at least. And when you think of fall colors, you think of maples. The scarlet oak will change your mind. You will love the scarlet oak. So because of that, it's a great tree you would want in your yard. It makes great habitat and food for wildlife, for caterpillars, for a number of mammals, birds. So that, and then the last thing is it can grow in some pretty extreme conditions. This site in particular, right now, for the last 3 weeks or so, maybe even month, has been bone dry. Most of the year, this spot is very wet. So it can cover very moist to very dry. It really can adapt to a lot of different soil conditions. So that makes it a very ideal tree to plant in your yard. Whether you have poor conditions or not, it can thrive, even in urban settings as well. So keep that in mind. But to me, my favorite thing is the color, because I love oaks so much. But like I already said, you don't think oaks in fall color. At least I don't, because there's so many other trees that have a more vibrant color. But the scarlet oak changed how I view oaks in the fall. To me, that's the best oak in the fall. This is an eyed brown butterfly. All right, this is another cool thing about that hat. I'm in the shade, I don't want the hat on, just throw it on your back. Anyways, so now we are at the northern spice bush. I love the spice bush. It gets beautiful fall color, which if you couldn't tell, that's kind of a trend with me. I like fall colors. So it gets a nice color, it gets nice berries. The berries are edible, we can eat them. It gets its name because of its taste. The berries have a spicy taste to it, and it smells spicy. I can't explain smells, but if you were to smell this, it's gonna smell like anything else. I love the smell of it. I think it smells great. The last thing I love about this bush, this shrub, is It is a host plant for the spice bush swallowtail butterfly. Look it up. I will try to include a picture here. It is so cool, the caterpillar and the butterfly. And this is the host plant for that. I have yet to find one yet. I haven't looked enough, but I would love to. But northern spice bush is awesome. I have some growing from seed, and yeah, one of my favorites. So after the spice bush, we're officially in the woods, and right here in this patch is mostly just red maple with black cherry. Right here we have Maple Grove is this way, and right here, I would say on our property at least, is the start of that bad storm we had last year that took out a lot of trees. Right here there is a red maple, a black cherry, and a red maple that all went down, and really it starts here and goes a straight path to the mini cabin and a new clearing. There's another tree down. Especially up on top of this hill, there are a lot of trees that went down. And yeah, very destructive. And there's more over here in Maple Grove. It just was a straight path through here. Let's head over to Maple Grove. I bet you can guess what's in Maple Grove. As we get closer, we do come across some more shingle oaks right here. We have a few bigger shingle oaks in this part of the property, which is so strange. Like I've said, there are no shingle oaks anywhere on my dad's side of the property that I've ever seen. We have a black oak, a lot more red maples and black cherries. A lot of colors in these names. I keep trying not to get them mixed up. If I slip, then you know what I'm talking about. I just found another patch. This is early low bush blueberry. It's not a tree or a shrub, but it is a blueberry bush. There is a big patch right there, that green patch. I've never seen it down here though. I have yet to find blueberries on it. I found it a couple years ago. I think what I should do for this next year is fence them in. I think anything that comes up would get eaten, especially by the browsers, the deer that just come through and eat anything that we like. This was a shingle oak that went down with that storm. And the whole top is dead, and then you can see it just sent up all of these new shoots on it, and yeah, the thing's not doing great. Yeah, look at this. It's crazy. And the deer are browsing it too, and it just keeps, yeah, just trying to survive. So I don't think we're going to get 22 species in this video, that's for sure. Not as much diversity in this part of the property. Like I said, it's mostly maples, cherries, and a few oak. Next up, guys, we have deerberry. So deerberry right here is growing next to this nice patch. This is another one of blueberry that I've never seen blueberries on. But anyways, deerberry. It is a native shrub to my area. I like deerberry because it is a great food source for wildlife, from deer, but also to like turkey, ruffed grouse, and quail, which I care a lot about. I would love to make a better habitat for more turkey and ruffed grouse especially. So it's great for that. It is fire tolerant, so that would help if you were using like prescribed burns to create better habitat for turkey or ruffed grouse. Deerberry would be a great thing to help regenerate that land. And give them places to hide. They like thickets and stuff. And then the other thing, the berries are edible to us as well, not just the animals. So that's deerberry. Okay, so a little disclaimer. The video is supposed to be from my house to my dad's house, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to stick just pretty close to the trail. I'm not going to go too far off the trail. I almost did. I started wanting to go this way, which is not along the trail, not towards my dad's. And I need to see how far I can get. So we're going to stay close to the trail, see how many species are along the way. So that brings us to the American hornbeam. The American hornbeam is a very cool tree. It has a very cool, smooth bark. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it is has a nice aesthetic to it, I would say. A nice look, good ornamental tree, I think. And it has a great a great value to wildlife is what I'm trying to say. And it has, from the seeds, the catkins, even the twigs, the leaves, all of it are a great wildlife source for a number of species, from quail, ruffed grouse, turkey, songbirds, to even fox and a number of other species. So it benefits a great number of wildlife. The other thing is it's a very maintenance-free tree. It doesn't have any pest or disease that I know of, and it'll grow to be about 20 to 30 feet tall. So that's the American hornbeam. Let's get moving. We're just about the maple grove, and we're getting a little more diversity, mostly on this slope where I'd started earlier talking about Maple Grove. It's mostly just maples and cherries there. Up here in this slope, there's a lot of black oak, hornbeam, dogwood, hawthorn, more maples and black cherry. But I'd say that's pretty much it on this, but there's more diversity on this hillside. So we're almost to Maple Grove now, which really not a whole lot of diversity of trees in here, but we'll see. Maybe there's some I've missed. Okay, here at the start of Maple Grove, we have a red maple tree here, but we have fan club moss, not a tree, but it's a really cool ground cover. And I wanted to show you, this is the first time I've found dwarf raspberry on the property. A lot different than the normal raspberry bushes, but pretty cool. Okay, we're here in Maple Grove, and there are some oaks in here. It's mostly maples and some cherry, and there's a decent amount of oaks. But I did not know there was a sassafras tree here, and I just found it. Looking around, here's a sassafras tree. I love the leaves on sassafras trees. The leaves can vary, but they are pretty cool. Why do I like it? The leaves are cool. Also in the fall, it has a beautiful yellow color. It is beautiful, really stands out. The other thing is it's a great source for wildlife, food source, and a lot of species feed on it. It's also a host plant for a couple species of caterpillar. And the other thing is they used to make root beer out of it. I think that's really cool. My great-grandfather did that. He would cut up part of the root every year and make root beer from it. That's the extent of how much I know about it, right? It's just you take the root from it, hence root beer. But anyways, if you've ever done that, let me know. I'd love to try it. I was planning on doing that a couple years ago, and then read that apparently it's not safe. I don't know. So I haven't done it, but let me know if you have. So as I walk around Maple Grove, making this video on all the different tree species, I realize there's more diversity than I thought. We found some common serviceberry. There's a lot of black cherry. There's a lot of red maple, sassafras. There's some black oak. What else? White oak, dogwood, and I think that's it. But all of Maple Grove, all this area and up behind this patch of ferns was covered in ferns. And the Japanese stiltgrass has really taken over most of Maple Grove, which is a shame. And really need to get control of it, working on it. But anyways, here's the last remaining patch of the ferns in this area, right? We have ferns all over, but it was a shame that it's no longer as big as it used to be. Right behind me, we have a really nice red maple. And here, this is, I think, the only one I know of on the property. This is a cucumber magnolia. I forgot this was here. I haven't seen this tree in a while. But this is a cucumber magnolia. Why do I like it? I love the big leaves. Something else that's cool about it is it really has 4 seasons of color, you could say. From its fall color, from it now, from the flowers in spring, and in the winter it has like those yellow fuzzy seed pods that are really cool, really stand out. So really year-round color from this tree, and it's not just green year-round. Yeah, we might have more, but this is the only one I know of, and it benefits wildlife some, not nearly as much as a lot of the other trees, but it's a beautiful tree. I love its big leaves. Great shade tree. It'll grow big. So yeah, that's a cucumber magnolia. Here's another flowering dogwood. We have quite a few of these, but I love this one. This is along the power line here, but it is beautiful. Very cool shape. Got a little deer trail going through here. Here along the power line, maple grove right over there. There's that nice dogwood. Here we got a white oak. And right here we have a non-native. This is bird cherry. Bird cherry is not native. You can see cherries are starting to come in. We really don't have a lot of these on the property, but here's one. I don't know a whole lot about them, honestly. I imagine birds eat the cherries. But yeah, that's bird cherry. Keep going, seeing what we have here. Another black cherry. Another red maple, a lot of red maples. This is common yarrow. This is a native flower. Can't focus on it, but yeah. All right, I'm back. We didn't get to finish the video up. Had to get a haircut, so I got all cleaned up. And so it might seem like it's been a long time, but really it's just been a couple days. All right, so oh yeah, you're right, Thea. We're here. I was just about to show you this nasty thing. And I don't think you can see through here. Yeah, you can. There's a deer right there. Took me a second. Thea is very good at spotting deer. Ty too. They both love looking for deer. And it's funny because where we're standing right now, there's a road over here. And when I was a kid, nobody lived where we were. And there was always deer in this area. And when I was a kid, my dad would have me and Hannah always, Eva too, but Eva was a lot younger than us. So we'd be in the truck driving. And every time we come down here, we'd be driving down this road real slow, looking for deer. My dad, you know, who can find the most deer? And we did that game as long as I can remember. It's funny now, my kids do the same thing. Everywhere we go, they find deer. They're always looking for them. What is it? Yeah, there's a little deer over there. Eating some good stuff. But anyways, last video, I briefly introduced you to privet. Today, I wanted to briefly introduce you to another invasive. Really, the subject of the videos is trees on the property, shrubs. But I'm gonna, in each one of these, introduce something nasty. And this one is autumn olive. And you can tell autumn olive from anything else by the undersides of the leaves. They are very gray, silver, more so like a silver. And some leaves have a lighter, more pale underside, but the autumn olive really is silver. And it takes over as well. Where I'm standing right now, we have this one and that one is probably the biggest, and they are old. They need removed. I'm working on it. I've taken a lot of them out. But we have goats coming in, and those goats are going to be here, and they love this stuff. So we'll, you know, cut it, let them go at it. But anyways, yeah, that's autumn olive. Now let's get back to the video and wrap this up. All right, so we were getting into Maple Grove. We still had quite a ways to go to my dad's house. And we have a lot more species coming. This video, we didn't cover nearly as many as that part one. I think we just had more ground to cover, and maybe I didn't really, and really there's kind of a good stretch of just like maybe like 6 tree species of a pretty far distance, whereas around my yard there's quite a bit. From that point on to my dad's, there's another probably 20 species that we have yet to get into. Just a guess, but I know there's a lot more that we haven't seen yet that don't really grow on this part. Anyways, so here we're at one that I skipped over because out in Maple Grove, there's nicer ones I wanted to show you, bigger than this. But right now I can't get out there, so we're just gonna go over this hawthorn. And I don't know what's going on with this one in particular right now, but it has like this rust. I don't know if it's a fungus. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. Busy, you know, but I am curious. If you know, let me know. But this is a hawthorn. I'm not certain what species of hawthorn, and like I've said, I'm not an expert. That should be clear, but I think I know enough, whereas when it comes to this, I'm not certain, and I missed when it flowered. If it did flower, I didn't see it. The flowers would help me to determine it. The leaves kind of help. They definitely help narrow it down. I know it's either a downy hawthorn or a fan leaf hawthorn. Both of them are native to my area. If you know, let me know. The bottom leaves here are smaller than, you know, at the top of the tree. But yeah, I believe it's, he is found another deer. I believe it's one of those two. And there's that deer we saw when we were looking at the autumn olive. There's a couple. But anyways, if you happen to know, let me know. Ty's got his bow here. Yeah, don't shoot the deer.
I get my target.
Fine, I'll get my target. Ty always has a bow with him. Anyways, that's hawthorn. I think it's a very cool shrub. We have a few of them, but I believe they're all one of those two, either fanleaf or downy hawthorn. And anyway, so like I was saying, the flower would help me narrow it down, and also the fruit, which will be coming in like August, September. And I haven't ever looked at the fruit on this one in particular. So I'll do that this year. The fruit size varies between the two, so that should help me to know which one it is. Me and Ty just found this. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. I believe we covered 8, maybe 9 species. Not as many, but I can promise you part 3 and 4, we're gonna get into a lot. I'm really excited. I hope you still are. I hope you're not tired of it already. If you are, that's all right. But part 3 and 4 are good. I'm excited. We're gonna get pretty far into my dad's. By part 4, we'll be at my dad's. I guarantee it. Give me 2 more videos and we'll have covered all the tree species along the trail. Not on the whole property, because there's some I know of that aren't on the way. But we're going to cover a lot more. After that series, once we wrap this series up, I'm really excited for this. I really want to just start it now, is we're going to start doing individual species, right? So I'll start to tell you why. I know this is a red maple, and I'll tell you all about red maples, or, you know, the northern red oak, or the white oak, or, you know, whatever it is. We're going to dive into it, maybe like a 10-minute video. I say that might be longer, but I'm going to tell you why I love the tree, how you can identify it for yourself, and some tips too without the leaves, because that's really important. And I'm working on that. I'm not the best at that. I'm getting better at it. There's a lot of tricks. I have some books that I can suggest that I use that help a lot. Apps are great. I love iNaturalist and Seek. They work together. My favorite part about iNaturalist is you can draw a map around your property, and then it will keep track of all your observations on that property. And that's a nice resource, but they're not perfect. Apps aren't perfect at all. I think books are the way to go. I love them. But anyways, we have a lot more to get into. I hope you're still interested by now. Hope I didn't lose you. And we'll see you on the next video. So thank you for watching. Ty, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Did you lose your arrow?
Mm-hmm. It's hiding.
It's hiding? We're going to go find his arrow.
No, in the tree.
Oh, it's in the tree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You probably can't reach it. I'll go get it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Ty's arrow is somewhere in this Norway spruce. Where?
Here.
Oh, you just can't get through. Okay. Yeah, this Norway spruce is crazy how this thing, these branches go so far out. But, okay, there's the arrow. Got it.